and welcome to my channel. My name is Autumn Embers and I am doing a Funfair Funhouse speed build. Yes, I'm doing another speed build. And so this inspiration came from two things. One is a bit out there, a bit strange, and the other one is just like a normal one. So let's go for the stranger one, shall we? So I was down Sainsbury's with my mum looking at Halloween decorations, and I noticed there were some circus kind of Halloween decorations down there. I thought, oh, that's a bit weird. Are they trying to play on the fact that, you know, clowns are a bit creepy and clowns come from circus land? And I've never been to a circus, but when I think of circus, I think of fun fairs. Now, the second reasoning for this inspiration for this build was bonfire night, because around this time of year fun fairs are more typical, because you would normally see them pop up randomly on a bit of land like a park or a common, or you would typically see them if you go to a bonfire night at a park, because normally there would be like a bonfire, there will be a fireworks display playing to music, and then there will typically be a fun fair. Now what some people do, there will be two showings. One will be like an early showing, and then there will be like a later showing. Some people will go for the earlier showing and buy that ticket and then go and play on the fun fair rides, and then when the later showing comes along, they will then watch that fireworks display. Now when my family goes to the fireworks display at the park, we don't typically go and on the rides. We might look at the rides and go, oh, it's so pretty, because it has bright colours, it has all these sounds, it has bright colourful lights, and it's all a bit exciting. And I love to go on these rides, but we don't, because they're either too expensive, we don't have any change, or someone wants to go on the ride, mainly me, but no one else wants to go on the ride. So we don't typically go on the ride, which is a shame, because the one that always catches my eye is the fun house, because it's quite bright, it's in your face, and it's more one of the gentle rides, but it's still fun. But like I said, we don't go on there, and even as a child, I was like, oh, I want to go on that ride, but we never do. So I thought, let's create a fun house in The Sims. So that is where the inspiration came from. Now I had to build this house twice, because this was my second time in building this. The first time was on a different lot in Forgotten Hollow. It was on the big old lot where Vlad's house is. And the first time I decided to build this house, I found 3 pictures online that I was inspired by. So it was your typical looking fun house from a fun fair, with all like the balconies and the colour, and then another picture that I found on Pinterest, which was another fun house, but it was a more normal looking fun house that went for a more creepy aesthetic. Then there was the Hocus Pocus Hall that is in Cheston, a World of Adventures, that I have been to many a times. Now that didn't work out, I couldn't figure it out, so this was the second time of me building this. It took me several chances to get this look done, but since I wasn't able to incorporate the exterior of the Hocus Pocus Hall, I decided to incorporate the mirror maze, which was at the very end. I'm not too sure if it's still there, but at the end of the Hocus Pocus Hall there was a mirror maze, and so that is what I thought I should do. I should incorporate that as a layout. I thought it was a great idea. I thought, oh, that's a good idea, well done me. Because layouts can sometimes look like a maze a little bit, which is why I'm trying to keep my camera very still for you, so I'm not whizzing around like a Looney Tune. But mazes are fun, and unfortunately your Sims will not find it fun going through this maze, because they just think they're walking from A to B. But this maze was based off a actual maze image that I found online. I think I just typed in maze. It was one of the first ones that popped up, and I looked at it, and I thought, right, okay, that's pretty simple. I think I can recreate it in The Sims, since I am rubbish at creating mazes by myself. So I looked at it, went, yep, I think I can recreate that. I had to make the the house slightly bigger as I was making this, and I looked at it and went, yep, I think I can recreate it, and yes, I think I can figure out where the kitchen, the living room, the dining room, and everything your Sims needs to live in this house. So as I was building the maze, like I said, I had to make the house bigger to fit it in, and as I was making it bigger, I thought, okay, I need to now make the roof bigger now, so it now fits the rooms underneath. So as I was making the roof bigger, my game thought, yeah, I don't like this. I don't like what you're doing. Let's just hop out the game, shall we? So that's what it did. It just shut down. The game just closed itself. I was like, what? What are you doing that for? There was no sign or anything. Normally when your game sort of like freezes, it slows down a little bit. Nothing happened. I was just extending the roof, and it comes. Now I'm now looking at my desktop. Great. Thanks, game. So that's where that weird jump was from. It's not my dodgy editing skills. It was because I was like, oh, okay, you've just hooked me out of my game. I'm not gonna go inside. I can't be prepared for the inside. And also, I wasn't too sure what I wanted the interior to look like, because I knew I wanted to make it look colourful and fun, but I didn't want to make it look garish and make it look like someone just ate a whole bunch of sweets and just threw up and went, yeah, I'm just gonna leave that there. And I wanted to make it look like it flowed, it was meant to be there. Someone actually thought about it, and it somehow goes magically. So I left the interior because I didn't know what to do. So I thought, let's take you with me for the outside. Now I have a bit of a story to tell you with this build. It was a bit of a sad one. More for me, it was sad and annoying because I was doing the interior on Sunday evening, and I just sat down for, right, let's just get it done. And it took me a while to do, because like I said, I don't know what I was doing, I don't know what to do. And I was just busy doing the second bedroom upstairs when I got a lovely notification from my laptop telling me that my SSD is now full. So that message has now abruptly ended my recording of the interior of this build, which was great. And I was okay, right, let's just see if I can still use it. So I decided to remix the recording, and it said it could not remix the recording fully, it failed. So I then went on to click on the video and just to see if it worked. Nope, I got a message telling me that it could not support the video. Now if you get that lovely delightful message popping up, that is now telling you that your video is now corrupted. So that's great news. I just spent all this time doing the interior, and now you guys can no longer see it because the stupid thing is now corrupted. So what I had to do is look up online quickly, go onto YouTube, see if I can find anything that can uncorrupt this video. And so I found a video. It told me I need to go into a VDM or VMD and input this code that he showed you and how to do it. But for some reason it wasn't doing it right. It kept saying that it couldn't find the path, or the symptomatics were wrong. I didn't understand. I wanted to go to bed before this message popped up. I was like, I don't understand what you're going on about. What does symptomatics mean? So I went online hoping it will decipher this weird jargon computer speak. But no, it just carried on. It just carried on giving me this weird computer jargon speak. And I couldn't understand it. It was just making it worse. So I then remember the last time I got a corrupted file. People said that if you go onto VLC, the little traffic cone media, it will now play it for you. It didn't work, guys, but I couldn't figure out how now this working media file is now working, but now I can't figure out how to transfer it into my editing software so I can now edit it, and I couldn't figure it out. It was confusing me. I wanted to go to bed. I didn't want to deal with it, but I'm stubborn, so I carried on and just went to the loo, as you do. I had some of my best ideas on the loo, and just thought to myself, you know what would be easy, it would just be easier just to start again, delete the interior and start again, because it's not like I had lost everything. It's not like I lost the video where I was starting from the ground up, where I've lost the walls, the roofing, the windows and doors and stuff like that. I haven't lost that because I've done this in parts. All I've lost is the interior. So I decided to start again at 3 o'clock in the morning and just take photos and do the interior again. So if you see a mirror on the wall, or if you see a flooring and go, hey, where did that come from? I don't see you do that. Where did that come from? That's where it come from, because I either looked at the flooring and went, yeah, no, I don't think I can recreate that flooring. I'm too tired to do that again. Or I just simply missed it whilst I was deleting the interior, because, like I said, I was quite tired. And if you see items, that's where they come from. So I've just done the haul there. I put lots of mirrors in there, because one thing that all fun houses have, from the two I've been to, they have like mirrors. They have like a hall of mirrors where they distort your look and they make you look a bit weird and funny, and it always make you laugh. It always makes you laugh. Even the person that's not really enjoying it, they'll rather leave and not be here. You always see them laughing either at you or they're just laughing at themselves. So I put in this. Unfortunately, they're not funny mirrors. They're just normal mirrors. But we have a hall of mirrors, guys! Yay! So the curtain idea came from because I saw another picture on Pinterest where it was just a poster, I think it was, where it has sort of like gold, like a yellowy gold, fancy things all over it. There's an actual word, I can't think of it because, again, I'm doing a voiceover. I can't think when I'm doing voiceovers. But they had like a fancy frame to here, and then it has all like red curtains, and I thought, we have something quite similar to that in the game. It's basically a curtain, but the red swatch for that curtain, it didn't have a yellow gold fancy bit to it. It had the like a white silver to it. It's like, no, you meant to be yellowy gold. So the compromise I came to was the fuchsia, pink and purple looking curtains, because I thought that was the compromise I had to take. So when I was decorating this house, I wanted the chairs to be stripy. Because when I think of fun house, I think of stripes. I don't know what about you, but I think of stripes. But the only stripy chair I could find was that one chair that you saw me put in that room with the fireplace and the little book case behind you. Because there are no fun-coloured, good-looking stripy chairs in the game. Why aren't there good-looking, fun-coloured stripy chairs? I don't know. But this house would be great to do in The Sims 3, because you have that colour wheel, you can change the colour of the patterns, you can change patterns. So I think this house would be great to recreate in The Sims 3. Kitchen was a bit of a nightmare because I didn't know what to do with the kitchen, because there aren't many counters in the kitchen, and there's not many counters that have fun colours that would suit the style of the house that I was going for, and I came up with this. I went for like the plants to have like pop of colour, quite bold colours, because I was trying to get in that red in there because I couldn't get the red from the curtains. So I decided to put pops of colour through the appliances. I do admit that the fridge is a bit of a weird place because you can see the back of the fridge, but it's a fun house. Fun houses are weird, so I thought I could get away with it. So I thought, yeah, let's just leave that there. No one will notice. Well, they will notice now because I've just pointed it out. Yay! Came across these bug lights that came from Realm of Magic, and the first time that I saw them I just glossed over them. I just thought they were funny looking lights. I didn't realise they were bug lights, and so when I discovered they were bug lights I thought, oh, this is great, I can use them now. I use them absolutely everywhere because I quite like them. I put them underneath the spider there in the dining room because they looked like the spider had catched them in their web, so I thought that was quite a good idea. But oh, go me! You do see some mannequins about around the place in the hallway because again I saw a picture on Pinterest where how I discussed this with you I don't know. Let's do it again. Because I saw a picture on Pinterest where there was a clown staring at two other clowns that were hiding in the wall. And I was like, oh, I can recreate that. We have mannequins. I've never used mannequins, but I do know you can dress them up and then sort of like choose a pose for them. So I dressed them up into Halloween costumes. I couldn't find many Halloween costumes for adults, so the mannequins are mainly kids. There's only one adult for the mannequin, and the pose I chose was the one with the active pose where they're running. So it looks like they're running to get you, or they could be running from something else. Ooh, what could it be? A terrifying monster is trying to eat you. So I put them in. I thought it was quite cool. I thought it was quite a good idea. Tooting my own horn here. So let's move on to the bedroom. Yes, like I said, this was the first bedroom I did. So this was the bedroom that I did the first time round with the corrupted recording, which was actually a blessing in disguise, because that recording took me a very long to do, and it was about 5 hours and 22 minutes long. And I've only had done the downstairs and this bedroom by that point when I got the lovely message from my computer. But it was a blessing in disguise because, like I said, it was 5 hours and 22 minutes long. Was a bit of a long one. And doing it again meant that I now know what I am doing because I'm now copying what I did previously from the photos I have taken. And this recording then turned into an hour and a half. So it didn't take too long, which was great because I did this at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't want to spend any more time on it because as time was going by, I was thinking, oh, my mum will come down in any minute now, like an hour or an hour and a half time, because my mum gets up quite early to have her first cup of tea of the day, and I didn't want to explain myself, have that awkward conversation and go, Laura, what are you doing? Have you woken up, Molly? No, I'm not. I'm going to bed. Good night. I didn't want to have that awkward conversation, so I was like, okay, I need to get going. So I was happy that I could do this quickly and in an hour and a half, so I was happy about that. This bedroom, I was like, okay, this was my first bedroom without copying a photo, because like I said, I got to that second bedroom that you just saw me do with the purple flooring and the brick wall. So this was my first bedroom that I didn't have a picture to reference from. So I was like, okay, what do I do? It's late at night, what do I do? Time is ticking by. So I then remembered that there was a wallpaper from the spooky stuff pack that I've always wanted to use but never had the chance because it never suited any of my builds, which is this blue cobweb wallpaper. I really like the look of it because in certain lightings, depends how you twist or turn your camera around, you will see like different colours of like blue, turquoise and purple in there, and I really like it. It really suits this bed, it really suits the flooring, it all ties together, which is what I wanted. I don't think it's garish. Popped down a pop of like a yellow rug because it was quite dark in here with the black walls and some pops of black in the flooring, so I put a pop of colour in here which was yellow. Yellow is the bright colour, so that should work. I do use a lot of black in this build because black goes with everything. It's like chicken, it goes with everything. It's a good base for like colour and stuff, so I used quite a lot of black. Oh, I knew what I wanted to talk about because I was so happy with this. You see those outdoor lights with like the directions or like posts where to go. I thought that was a great idea of mine. Like, oh, because if this is a maze layout, you would hope to have like a postage sign that would tell you where to go, and it was a light, and I knew lighting would play a big part in this build. So I was very happy that I remembered that I wanted like postage signs in here because I looked up carnival weddings and you would normally see like postage signs so you know where you were going. So when I found that light, I was like, oh, it combines lighting and postage sign, yes. So I was very happy about that. When placing this Jack Skellington rug, when you're very tired, those jawline cutouts, they kind of look like mutton chops. And now I've seen it, I can't unsee it. So whenever I look at rug now, I know it's maybe Jack Skellington, but it's Jack Skellington with mutton chops now for me. So that's great. I've ruined that rug for me because I was tired at the time, so that's great. For this flooring, I was like, okay, I think I've done the triangle flooring to death by now, so let's go just for your normal diamond square pattern flooring, and I went for quite a simple one. This is one of the more muted down looking bedrooms because or the rooms, sorry about that. So again, I decided to go for the diamond affair because it was coming quite late and I didn't want to have that awkward conversation with my mum. So I just popped down the square flooring and used that wallpaper again. I thought it was quite nice. It fit along with this bed and it was getting late. And I have to apologise. I did quite a bit to the front exterior of this house because it was 9 o'clock at night. I did this in parts. And I was like, okay, let's just quickly see what I can come up with. And if I like it, I can delete it, then recreate it for you guys so you can see what I've done. But I was getting into it so much, I forgot to do that and I just left it. And I thought, okay, since I did the front exterior by myself, I can now take you along with me, trying to copy some of the elements from the front and do it from the back. So I'm taking you along with me to show you what I've done for the back of the house. And for some reason in my head, cabbage patches is a good thing to have for a fun house garden. Yes, it is. Also, I was also inspired by another picture I found online that had lots of pumpkins all over the place. Where do you find pumpkins? You find pumpkins in gardens and garden centres, and you can pick your own pumpkins. I went to a garden centre where you could actually do that, and they had like other things that you could pick there, like red cabbages. So that's probably where that idea came from. But that's some conscious going on there. So I had to cut the recording short of the garden because as I was placing the gate to get to this little gated bit, I am aware you probably can't get to that patchy because the cabbages might be in the way, but I am aware that Sims can sometimes walk through the live edit objects. But I did put a gate into this place because I do put in some potted pot plants you can put some seeds in. So I put in a gate, but as I was putting in the gate in, it glitched out those parts of the fence I was trying to put the gate in. So I was like, okay, half of my fence is no longer here because I can no longer see it, but the game is still thinking there is a fence there because it is still there, but I can't see it. So I cut down short of me doing the garden because of that glitch, because it looked kind of stupid. But when you download this house, if you want to download this house, the fence is there. It just glitched out for me, so I'm sorry about that. So anyway, this video is going to end soon, so I'm just going to say thank you for watching. If you did enjoy it, and if you did enjoy my ramblings, please like this video, subscribe and comment in the comment section below. Please enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.